Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great morning so far. It is a new week, a new time of possible doors opening, okay, connections, blessings, and miracles can take place. I know Monday, we kind of like, oh my gosh, it's Monday morning. We chilled over the weekend, things like that. But y'all, it is an opportunity for God to show up and show out and do something fresh and new this week. Okay. I don't know who's out there that is believing for something like that to happen this week, but I know I am. And so every day is a blessing. So thank you all so much for joining. Please hit the like button, whether you're in the chat or in the bushes. Let everyone know that we are live. Hey, Bless from Texas. Thank you so much for being here and for being first in the building. I appreciate that so much. Now, I know that this is something I usually don't review, so I don't know how many people I'll get. There are certain sectors that cover this all of the time. But y'all, I just watched part 3 of the reunion, okay? And I can say that I had to come live and talk about some of the things that I saw. Yes, girl, do you watch it, Blessed from Texas? Some of the things I noticed and saw in this last part of the reunion. And I may kind of touch on some of the other things that we saw in some of the other parts as well. But I had to talk about some of this, y'all, because oh my goodness. I just could not believe. Okay. So you used to listen to it. Okay, or watch it. Okay, got you. Hey, Shelly Shells. Hey, sis. Good morning. Thank you for joining today. I didn't come too early, so I'm in that mid-morning slot this morning. I I was like, let me go ahead and eat breakfast. I watched it, and then I said, okay, let me talk about it while it's fresh on my mind. So let's get into it, because some stuff can be just life lessons, general topics that we pull from this. And so that was another reason that I wanted to get into it as well. Okay, y'all. So this Married to Medicine, when I tell y'all the last part of the show, towards the final episodes, had a lot of drama, commotion. It was a lot taking place. I don't know if many of you know that Miss Quad in the back, even on this picture, she's sitting down. She has a new boo thing. Okay. Now, she didn't tell the other ladies about him for a year. She kept her relationship secret. And you know what, y'all? Sometimes you do have to move in silence, okay? And until you know for sure that this is someone that you want to spend your life with or really take it long term, I would probably keep it a secret too, okay? And not share it until you're really ready to share that part of your life. You don't have to share every person that you're dating with your friends. Now, at some point, your close friends, you do want to kind of involve them so they can kind of give you that accountability and be that extra eye. Because when you in love, baby, you can sometimes have a blind eye to some stuff. Okay, but I don't think she felt too close to these ladies for her to open up that part of her life to them. I know when me and my husband dated, let's see, I think we dated a good probably month and a half or so, before we revealed our relationship to our friends and families, because you just want to kind of get to know, is this just a one-time thing? 2 date minimum, and then we're moving on. So I get it. But King, to me, I like King. He was a good addition to the show. It seems as though he likes Quad. Hi, Queen Tandy. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It seems like he likes Quad. He bought her a Rolls Royce. Okay. Now, y'all, a little part of me was wondering, did Quad put in on that car? I don't know what King does. But yeah. And on the reunion, Andy asked him, when are you going to put a ring on it? Okay. Okay. And he said they're not rushing, which is smart. I agree with that. Quad has her own house. They had a part on the show where they had even gotten into that conversation because he said that although she has her own home, he wants to be a provider and, help get their home together. And so that's a conversation that they're going to probably have to have later on because Miss Quad was not feeling moving out of her home. But she has a beautiful home. Okay. And she had built from the ground up. It has a nice pool and everything in the back. I love the design of that pool that she has as well. And so King was a new addition to the show. Now, many of you, I don't know if you've watched it or not, she used to be married to Dr. G, and he's now married to Sweet Tea. Okay. And Sweet Tea is sitting on the right side of this picture. Now, um, things did not end well for Miss Quad and Dr. G on the show. Didn't end too well with them. They got a divorce. He got married. Now, Sweet Tea is way younger than Dr. G. And so that's one thing that stands out to people. And they really, Quad didn't understand why they brought Dr. G and Sweet Tea on because that was her ex-husband. However, I also wonder, Quiet, why are you still on the show? Okay, and I like Quiet, but she's not married to a medicine. She is not married to a doctor. So I'm wondering why she's still on the show. Now, at least Dr. G is a doctor, so Sweet Tea would be more so married to medicine than Miss Quiet. Okay. In my opinion. Okay. So I was like, I get it, but because she's been on there a long time, but she has to understand that he's a doctor as well. And so that dynamic there between her and King and then Sweet Tea and Dr. G are pretty much it. I would say King tried, but Quiet was still in her feelings. Okay. And so when they would all get together, they went on a couple's trip and she had little slick stuff she was saying. I know it was like little shade. You know how you try to, oh yeah, I ended that marriage, saying little stuff. She was kind of drunk that night. And Dr. G just wasn't feeling it. And he got in his feelings. I don't like the way Dr. G talks to Sweet Tea. He almost talks to her. Of course, she's younger, but like she's his child. It's very disrespectful. It's borderline verbal abusive to me. Okay. Now, a lot of people didn't want to believe Miss Quad when she was talking about how Dr. G was treating her. Okay. I like Sweet Tea too. Sweet Tea, and I'm going to get to her. I think she has to find her place in this group and her voice. She will go back and forth with Dr. Heavenly and so forth, but I think she's insecure at this point because those ladies are more established. They've been there a long time. And then she is fighting her way out of this shadow of, oh, I'm with Quad's ex-husband, And so I could see some of the shade that Miss Quad was throwing. Okay, I pick up on little shade, and she was throwing some little shade at them, and I think it bothered Dr. G, which turned into a whole altercation when they went onto this trip. Okay, yeah, they said they've been 22 minutes on the island, and it was multiple altercations taking place at one time. And so Dr. G told King, which is Quad's friend, that he told Quad that she talked too much. He said, oh, you told her that? He said, yeah. And so then King was trying to defend her honor and told him, hey, I think you need to apologize to her. And Dr. G gets into King's face first. Okay. So to me, if you're getting into my face first, you've invaded my personal space. And King was about to go toe to toe with him, but then Dr. G took off. So he trying to pretend like he was being big and bad. No, sir, you took off running. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Mia. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay. She said, hey, open book. I'm Team Sweet Tea. Quiet was dead wrong and nobody called her on it. Right. Okay. And I agree. She was being shady. Okay. If you look back at that, and like I said, I like both of these ladies. Sweet Tea is actually from my hometown of Houston, but Quiet, she pretty much was throwing shade, talking about she gonna throw a baby shower. Girl, you is not gonna throw a baby shower for that couple. Okay, some things did not need to be stated. Hi Tangela, good morning. Some stuff didn't have to be stated that night, so it was escalating. Okay, but Dr. G to me takes out his frustrations on Sweet Tea. If she doesn't get that in check right now, it's going to be another quad Dr. G situation. Okay, because I do believe Quad when she said he talked to her a certain type of way and treated her a certain type of way. He needs some anger management. Okay, I do not like the way he talks to women. And so Sweet Tea, she I'm trying to think. On this part, I think Sweet Tea is about some money too. Okay, that's what she's trying to hurry up and get that baby. So if things don't work out with her and Dr. G, she will have a bag. Okay. And she was excited to have access to the money and said that in front of his friends. I just could not believe she said that in the beginning, but she is kind of about the money. So she's going to put up with some stuff. Okay. She's going to put up with some stuff. This is an upgrade for her, having access to this, going these different places and so forth. Not to say that she's not educated or anything like that, but to be on this show, all of that. So she has to really find her voice, be confident in her, her marriage and things of that sort. But I definitely think he needs some anger management classes. Okay. Because that part, it really makes me mad. It really does. And the way he treated her when they went upstairs, y'all, the production was in the house one day and they went upstairs. And so the people were still in the house and he was talking to her crazy. I almost thought he was going to hit her to the degree of what, his anger and so forth. And I'm like, if you're doing that, production is downstairs and we can kind of hear y'all whispering and she sounded scared. Her voice was a little trembling. I said, well, what are they acting like when no one is in the house? And so Sweet Tea is going to put up a good front for him, and try to cover. That's her husband. But yeah, I do believe some of the stuff that Quad said that, went on between the two. So I hope things work out with Sweet Tea's marriage. They did end on a good note with Sweet Tea and Miss Quad saying that, hey, maybe they can connect on because they're both trying to have kids. I don't think Quad is trying to have kids right now, but in the near future, Sweet Tea is trying to get pregnant. She has endometriosis, which makes it a little more difficult. And so a lot of women can connect to her, relate to her on that. And so she seems like she's a nice young lady. I know it is going to be a little difficult because these other ladies have been on this show for a long time. Hey, Dreamy Girl, welcome. Thank you for joining, sis. They've been on here a long time. And so she's the newcomer and she's going to have to find her voice and be confident in her place. And so, yeah, King and Quiet, I like them together. I do. I don't know. Something about him. I don't know. And I guess I got to get to know him more, but something about him I like. I like him for her. And he is younger than Miss Quad. Okay. They done got with these younger people, so keep them feeling, I guess, younger, whatever, too. So we're going to see how that goes. I think he already has a child from a previous relationship. Quad does not have any kids. And when she was with Dr. G, didn't want any. Okay. I said, oh, it's with Dr. G because she's more open to having kids now with King, whenever they, I guess, get into a marriage and so forth. But she doesn't seem like she's rushing to get pregnant or to get married again. She seems like she's enjoying her single life. So then let's see. So yeah, I think that was all Miss Quad and let's see, Miss Quad and Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, she was having some problems with Heavenly, but I think they're working through that part from the reunion. It seems like, yeah, I think they'll work through it. Still some things there that went on. Miss Mia said King didn't tell his woman to chill. One time he let her run her mouth until another man had to tell the shut. Well, yeah, Miss Mia, I don't think he gonna tell her. And you know what? In you saying that, I can see how do I put this? I can see that when they showed like the scenes with him and Quad talking, he knows a lot about the drum. Okay. And he seems like he not in the business where it seems like he being a messy man, but he knows about the drum. And he kind of, Quad has probably not coached him, but has probably given him the gameplay. And I think he in it with her. I think he's in it with her. Uh, I don't think he's gonna tell her to shut up. Right. I don't think he's gonna tell her to shut up. He knows how far to go, Quad. And so, and it's also, I think, some of the age difference too, and really we don't know. Like if she goes too far, we don't know if he would do that privately. Like, I think you might want to chill, babe, on that. He may say it in a more respectable manner, but uh, I don't see him putting her on Front Street in front of them. You see what I'm saying? So he would probably be a little more nice. So like my husband is very reserved. We're talkative. And so it's certain things like I don't think he would say it in front of people to me, but he'll be like, babe, I don't think you should do that. You might want to chill on that part, or don't say that, or something like that, in the privacy of our own home. So I don't know how that would go with them. But yeah, he didn't tell her to shut up. He in it. He knows what's going on. And I want to also say, because I forgot to say it, but it's scrolling. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Yeah, so I get what y'all saying. Yep, he did. He did. Let's see. So quiet, sweet tea. I think that was like the bulk of the dynamic between those two couples. I do think that Dr. G still feeling some type of way about Quad. I don't think he likes the fact that she's with King. He does, in my opinion, feel a little. He seems like he's a little intimidated, and a little jealous of that relationship. And he shouldn't be because he's with a whole new wife. Okay, so he needs to focus on his wife. But whatever emotions and things he's going through, he might need some help. And he's supposed to be a psychologist. He really needs to go get checked as well. Queen Quad shouldn't even be there. Like Tisha said, Dr. G is the medicine. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Because earlier I was saying, well, Quad, why are you there? Because neither one of y'all are medicine. At least Dr. G has the medicine. So yeah. And I think also they bring Quiet back because of the drama she brings. I really think that's another reason they keep her there. But because King does not, I don't really know what King does, to be honest. I don't think he's in the medical field. But everyone else is at least married to medicine or is the medicine. Okay. And also with Phaedra, she was there too. And she's not medicine or married to medicine. Okay, but those two ladies bring some type of drama. Okay, they bring some type of drama. They keep the views up. They know what they're doing. Now, Phaedra, speaking of Phaedra, now one thing I did not like about Phaedra, and really, I was a Phaedra fan. I did not like how she lied on Candy. Okay, let me go back to that show. I didn't like how she lied on Candy. Also on here though, I don't like the fakeness that she put up during the season. They were trying to get to know her and include her in things, but it was always like she was standoffish and had something to say when she said, these bees, like the women like these bees or something like that, when they thought that she couldn't afford to pay her portion of a check for a fundraiser. And it's almost like she put herself on a pedestal above them. And I never understood that, because You may be a lawyer, but these women, some of them are doctors. They've been in their fields for years. Okay. They have had patients that are celebrities. So I'm just trying to understand, where did her attitude come from? He owns a transportation company. That's how he gave her that Bentley with the high mind. Are you serious? I did not know that. Oh my goodness. I didn't know he owned a transportation company. So is that what? Okay. So he get this. Let me stop. He getting a discount. Okay. I never knew what he did. Misses me exactly. Always the victim. Yes. Okay. And so, yeah, Phaedra, she didn't even come to the reunion, y'all. Okay. She did a little video confessional. She talked down on these women, and I just was surprised. I did not expect that out of her. She got mad when Apollo showed up with his wife. She showed up with one of Apollo's friends to that excursion. And I think she didn't know the wife was coming. She wanted to, in my opinion, try to make Apollo jealous, which I don't know why. The man is married. I thought you had moved on. And when he showed up with her, they still don't get along, her and his wife. And so it turned into a whole little debacle. Okay, they getting into it, arguing and all of that. And then she gets mad. She left. Her and her boo thing, they left. The whole excursion, we didn't see her anymore. She didn't come to the reunion. She called these ladies out of their names. And to me, I don't think that's right, because I haven't heard them publicly call her out of her name. Okay. Now Toya was saying that Phaedra was seeming a little like she wouldn't let them in. Like she was like surface level and wouldn't try to open up to them a lot. She put up this huge little front. Hi Jay, good morning, welcome. And so she's going back to Married to Medicine, not Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I'm like, girl, with your attitude like that, that may put a bad taste in people's mouths even when you go over there. Okay, because that was wrong to me. I have never, and then she called them mean girls. And out of all of them, I mean, Dr. Jackie, like I've never seen her be a mean girl. I haven't seen that. Now, some of the other ones, they do come at you, okay, the wrong way sometimes, but I just wouldn't have put all of them in that same category. That was mean to me. Shelly said, welcome everyone who came in. Yes, thank y'all so much for joining. Make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? So yeah, Phaedra, I like you, but girl, you left a bad taste in my mouth, and probably those people's mouths that are on that show probably have burned a bridge, okay, of coming back. And then going back to an older show, now you have to kind of, it's new people on that show. So now you have to kind of get in there and see how they all mesh, you know? So yeah, she kind of got a little beside herself this season. Yeah, I didn't see too much that was like to be thrilled about. Phaedra just wanted a quick check. Jackie, a low-key mean girl. Uh-oh. Miss me. Wait a minute. Now she low-key. Yeah, I think Phaedra did want that quick check. Now she didn't get that reunion check. She didn't get that reunion check. She said she's not coming. Now, Jackie, I think you know what? Jackie makes me think of the people that are nice to everybody in public, but behind closed doors, she talking about everybody. She talking about everybody. Okay. And she says her little slick stuff too. Oh, she was really getting into it with that other lady. What was the one? Buffy? Was it Buffy? What was that? I think it was Buffy, that lady. Oh, she really showed another side of herself. They were getting into it. And to be honest, in that situation, because she shared that lady's medical information that she may not have wanted to share publicly, okay, about, I think it was a miscarriage or something. Not everyone wants that on blast. And so when Dr. Jackie was sharing her testimony about cancer or something like that, she brought up Buffy's information about her miscarriage, and that girl got mad. And she was like, that wasn't for you to tell. That's my story. And so Dr. Jackie did not understand why Buffy was upset. I understood why she was upset. Okay, you don't need to be telling people's medical information. If you have a testimony, keep it at your testimony. You don't need to include mine. Okay, that's how I felt about that. So Dr. Jackie did show her some of her other personality even during those episodes when that lady was on there. Okay. And so let's see, what did Jay say? Never understood why she was even on there. Who? Which one? Phaedra? Because Phaedra they tried to bring her on there. For one, she didn't have a man. I was like, well, where is it? I thought she was dating a doctor. She probably said she was dating a doctor just to get on there. But no, Phaedra, it's a no. Okay, girl, I don't think they're gonna let you come back on the show because of your attitude. And she didn't used to be like that. Okay, Phaedra, yeah. It was some, I think they were doing it for ratings, to get the ratings up. And like I said, her and Quad bring a lot of drama in the ratings. And so that may have worked last season for Phaedra, but it didn't work this season. Okay, she came across a different personality, and it left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Now, Dr. Jackie, during this, hi, Brandon, good morning, welcome. During this season, which I've already felt this way, but the shade comes out that Dr. Jackie is boring. Okay. Now, her and Curtis, and y'all, Curtis has cheated before, okay, on her. This was a public little scandal, and I felt so bad for Dr. Jackie that she had to endure this publicly. He had already voiced his opinion about her working a whole lot, okay? He did talk about that. Now, that does not give a man a reason to go out and cheat. However, I do think she works a lot. She works and she goes home. She probably has the same pattern and schedule all the time. Okay. So this man, for one, I was surprised that he was on here as much as he was this season. Because I'm always wondering, where's Curtis? Curtis out of town. Curtis getting his groove on somewhere. Okay. Brandon said, I don't like Quiet. She's very shady and has a nasty attitude. Uh-oh. Look, we got some people in here not feeling Quiet. Okay. And she can be shady. Yes, she can be shady. Sometimes I think she's misunderstood too, but that's just my opinion on some stuff. Not everything, but some stuff. But Dr. Jackie, and it may just be her personality, probably want to just mix it up and spice it up some in her life. They were talking about taking her somewhere and going to have fun. She's more of the rational one in the group, and you need balance in a group, so I get that. But yeah, I think that's one reason Curtis stepped out, because he was bored. Okay, Curtis is bored. They even showed y'all how Curtis can't keep his hands off of these other ladies in the group. He took a picture, had his hand all around Heavenly's hip. So then Toya said, well, hey, y'all remember what happened with me? And then they did a flashback, and I forgot one season when who was getting into it? Somebody was getting into it, and Curtis pulled Toya onto his lap and was moving her around right there. I was like, that's inappropriate, and your wife is sitting right there. And they were like, girl, get up. And so he said, no, she's fine. No, she's not fine. Okay. If you have a whole spouse right there and you have cheated and got caught, sir, you need to be keeping your hands clean. Okay. Miss Mills said Curtis is king creep, a big giant creep. Yes. Okay. I've gotten that vibe from him. I really have. And I didn't like the fact that he did that. And I don't know if he stopped. That's just my opinion. Okay. He goes out of town a lot, doing all this. And then when they were doing the little game and they were asking how many times were each of them having X, well, they said almost zero. He said zero. So then the man not getting sex at home. Okay. So I'm definitely thinking that he has stepped out some more. Okay. So I don't know what's going on in that area with those two. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Jay said, remember Kenya did something similar with the pilot on. Yes, I do remember that. Sure. Yeah, because that's inappropriate. Okay. Do not put your butt all up on my man and stuff like that. I remember that. Yep. So yeah, I just hope Dr. Jackie finds a way to spice it up and do something different, girl. Get out of the same routine and make sure you go, do some fun with your man. Give him some at least at least twice a week. Girl, you delivering everybody else babies, looking at little cooties all day. You should get tired of that, girl. Enjoy your life. It's okay to be a doctor and still have fun. Yes, okay. Is that your classmate? Really? Wait a minute. Rebecca, you said you went to school with her? She is bored and boring. Okay. And I love her. She's sweet, but she's going to have to spice it up. Okay. Brandy said, I like Phaedra, but she was wrong talking about the ladies the way she did. Right. I just said that. I do like Simone. Dr. Jackie is fake. Dr. Heavenly is messy. You said Dr. Heavenly is messy. We ain't even gotten to her yet. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Phaedra was dead wrong. Okay. And then we're gonna get to Dr. Simone. Yeah, Dr. Jackie is fake. So you think she's fake? But look, I think she's the type that talks about people outside of the camera. Okay. But she's planted seeds about some people. So when they react in public, she's sitting back quiet. Okay, I can see that. Dr. Jackie needs to relax them shoulders. She's so uptight. Yes. Because every time I see her, oh my gosh, I'll be like, relax. Like some people, you want to shake them. Like, just have fun. Relax. I get that too. I do get that as well. Yeah, so you went to school. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. So she's probably been like that. Somebody needs to take her out, just have a good time. Like, just relax, okay? Because this here is not working. It's not working for us or her husband, okay? So, Dr. Jackie, we're just trying to give you some advice, okay? Just go out, loosen up, and have some fun. And y'all, she gets so, like, she's the type too, like when the ladies were arguing, she gets so nervous. And then twice, even on the reunion, when Quad and Simone were getting into it, you could tell it was bothering her. Like, okay, come back here. Like, okay, just calm down. And so Sweet Tea was in there trying to talk. She said, no, go out for a second. Give us a second. Because she's trying to calm Simone down. And then when Heavenly was getting into it with Contessa, then she was trying to calm Heavenly down. Y'all, they pretty much had knocked Dr. Jackie down during that altercation. Well, it was an argument, and Contessa was trying to get at Heavenly and accidentally knocked Dr. Jackie down. And so Dr. Jackie was telling Heavenly, girl, come on, just let it go. But she was so nervous that day, and you could tell she doesn't like a lot of confrontation and people getting into it and arguing. Queen Tandy said, Brandy, yes, I agree with Dr. Jackie being fake. Oh, I know. Brandy, yes. Girl, I miss Mariah. Oh, I miss her. I miss her so much. I wish they would bring her back, but I don't know if that would ever happen. I really wish they would, though. Yes. Okay, let's see. So then moving on to Toya. Y'all, now Toya, and I think I was in another chat. Yeah, I was in someone else's chat and they were talking about how Quad was drinking too much. But y'all, I don't know if you realize Toya drinks a lot. I was getting nervous for her on the past couple of seasons because she was so into the alcohol. And whatever happened to her company? She had a whole wine company. And I said, well, that's a perfect company for her because she drinks like all day, and so Toya, though, it seems like she's trying to mature, though. I can see that where she's not involved in a lot of the drama like some of the other ladies. She's kind of like she's going to be shady, be her, but a lot of the focus and attention wasn't on her. Now, her and this purse that she had a whole baby shower for is crazy work because those bags, is it called Birkin bags or something? Because, baby, hey, it ain't even my vocabulary because I don't even have it like that. But those bags are very expensive. Toya and the ladies have said this, needs something to focus on. Because really, I think she's with Eugene just to get access to his money as well. I don't think she's really into him like that. She tolerates him and as respects him as her husband and her children's dad, but she loves spending his money. She is unhappy with him sexually. She's talked about his size, his penis size. So she's unhappy with him, unsatisfied sexually. She probably wants to give a king, okay? Like a nice young man, okay? She was kind of looking and eyeing him. I was like, girl. So, yeah, she just finds any way to spend Eugene's money because I don't know what else she's doing. She's making money from the show, I think, and I think she has something else going on. But to that degree of spending money like that, and they have already been in financial issues. They've had to go from house to house and all of that. Like, I would save that money because, girl, y'all don't want to have to keep moving. It was crazy. I think something's wrong with Toya. I almost hit the floor with that baby shower. That's what I'm saying. It was crazy. I love to see Toya with her own family, with Eugene and the kids. Yes, and she has a good relationship with her kids and stuff. You can tell now. Those boys are probably sick of her. I think she gets on their nerves sometimes, but she does have a great relationship with her kids. And her and Eugene are good friends. You can tell that they're good friends. She might not be satisfied with him sexually and probably not attracted to him like that, but he has money. They do seem close as friends. Yes. Curtis is that uncle you're Wait a minute. Queen Tandy said Curtis is that uncle you avoid hugging at the family gatherings. I know that's right. Okay. Because something is just not right. That man is probably sexually frustrated. Okay. That's why I don't care for Quad. She did Mariah dirty. Toya is a typical kept doctor's wife. Yes. Okay. I know a few doctor's wives that act like Toya. I like her though. She's a good mom. Yes, I agree. Yeah, that thing with Quad and Mariah. Oh my gosh. I want to do that even talk now. I wanted to see Quad put out some very detrimental things about Mariah that she said were not true about possibly, doing some rugs. Okay. Um, and so that it was just getting so intense before Mariah left. And but and this was a show that I think she was a part of helping to create. And how do you get rid of the person that helped to create the show? I like Mariah. Yep. So I don't know. I don't even know if they talk now. But that was ugly to watch. And they were so close. I guess that was the part. How did it shift so much? They were so close. So close. But I did start noticing a change in Quad. I think she started trying to build her identity away from Mariah. And in that, it's just, her whole attitude has started changing. What exactly does Simone's husband do for a living? He's a killer. Okay, he does real estate. Let's move on to Simone. Okay. He does real estate. Cecil does real estate. Now, y'all know Cecil had a little friend too. And it was kind of getting a little touchy there between him and his wife. They were about to split up too, to the cast kind of talked them into giving it a little trap. And so Simone is more of the one, it seems like, that's in control of everything in her household. From the kids to, she's like a planner. She's trying to help the boys get it together. Her boys, they moved out. So she's trying to help them get it together with their apartment, paying for it. They have a whole, I think they're going to end up back at home. Cecil, he has not taught those boys anything. Simone is trying to teach them, but they are so used to just being spoiled. Okay. They don't know how to work and pay bills and all of that. They just want to chill. When Cecil goes over there, Miss Mia, girl, they get on my nerves. Y'all haven't made. Okay, she told y'all one of them gets a year to stay there. I think the oldest one gets a year to stay there. All they have to do, I think, is get food and little stuff like that. But they're paying the rent there. But I think the youngest one gets 2 years. They came in with a whole contract. So you go over there and Simone and Cecil having to clean up. No, this is y'all's apartment. Y'all need to clean up. Okay. If we're paying the rent over here, the least y'all can do is clean up. Right. Very spoiled and entitled. And I see them probably next season being back at home. Okay. Because like you said, they look at daddy. Daddy is at home. He probably go try to sell a few houses here and there. Playing golf. He was trying to go with his little friend to play golf, and Simone was getting upset about that little friend. Okay. They don't even get their haircut. Right. They really don't. They don't get their haircut for the cameras. And y'all know, speaking of Cecil's little friend, this is my opinion. One reason that Simone does not get along or really care for Quad is because her husband likes Quad, and not in a way of trying to get with Quad, but he's cool with Quad. Simone does not like that. Okay. She does not like Cecil liking Quad. She wants to not like Quad so much. And I know Quad can come across the attitude. She kind of, and yeah, when during the reunion, she was saying Quad always want to say what they've done, that she's pushing them away and all of that. But the root of her and Quad not really, or her not liking Quad, is because I think her husband likes Quad. And Quad and him have a good relationship. She wants that with Quad, but they cannot get there. So that's one of the reasons she does not get along with Quad. Simone is very opinionated. To me, I don't think she sees her wrong in certain situations. Cecil's right, Brandy. Cecil's real estate isn't real estate. Okay. I'm telling you, I just like, what do you do, sir? But he'll go to the little basement, the little man cave. They got the bar set up. Like he been working hard. Okay. So yeah, it's not real estate. It's not. So yeah, Simone she gets into it with some people. It can be very shady. Some of the stuff she says is nasty. But I never really see her wanting to apologize. And when she does, it seems like it's forced and not genuine. I think she wants to be the lead of the show, but to me, her life doesn't show the lead of the show. Like she does the trips and things like that. She's been on here a long time, but yeah, their stuff is not together for her to start doing all the other, stuff like that with everybody trying to be the leader. They have to get their stuff together. Now, I think maybe they kind of worked on their marriage, and they are another couple that are good friends. They're really good friends. They've been together a long time, but I don't know if the romance is there. I've never really seen them romantic with each other. In my opinion, I've never really seen them romantic with each other. So I don't know, but they satisfied. They raising their boys. I haven't seen any disrespectful talk the way they talk to each other. I haven't seen that. It seems like they come to each other correct as far as how they talk to one another. So yeah, I don't know. But her and Dr. Jackie, they seems like they've worked on their relationship. But there was a little time when they had a little rift, and that was hard to watch too because they had been so close. Cecil says she don't give oral, so that's Girl, that's what I'm saying. They are just, it's one of those situations where they're just there. They're good friends, just like with Toya and Eugene. She's not sexually satisfied. And you can hear it in her conversation when she talks about that. So yeah, I don't think Cecil I don't think he's all the way there too. So they just growing older together, probably to death do us part. We're gonna raise these boys. They probably just chill in the house in two separate rooms. Like seriously, I bet 10 times to one, they probably don't even sleep in the same bed. They probably don't. Okay. But yeah, so Dr. Heavenly. Okay, let's move on to her. Now, Contessa came back with her man. Okay. Oh Lord. They are exhausting. Contessa, and someone brought it up during the reunion. It seems like she does things to try to fit in or get attention, like with the things she wears, some of the her attitude. Sometimes it looks like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. I picked that up from her, that she does that. Now her mom had passed away of cancer, so she was being proactive and she got her breast tissue removed and got reconstructive surgery. And so she had started losing a lot of weight. Now things kind of went crazy between her and Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly actually were very close. And she shared a lot of her business. Okay. Hi, Janelle. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I agree. She always look cheap. Yeah. Like she's trying to get some attention. Now, her and Dr. Heavenly were very, very close. And when you're close to someone, you might share some of your business about your marriage and so forth. Well, Dr. Heavenly also has a YouTube channel. And I go over there from time to time too, where she just runs her mouth. She talks a lot. Okay, so if you tell her stuff, you got to be careful because it might come out on her show. I don't think sometimes she intentionally does it with malice, but she shares probably too much. And so someone had asked the question, do you think that Dr. Contessa's husband, I forgot his name, y'all. What's his name? Is he abusive? And Dr. Heavenly said yes. And it was based off of some of the things that Dr. Contessa was telling her. Now, during that season, I agreed with, I didn't agree with Dr. Heavenly bringing that to her YouTube channel. But I didn't understand why Dr. Contessa was acting clueless as to why Heavenly was saying certain things. You put your own business on blast. Okay, you were the one telling these ladies about your husband and acting a certain way. Because I started side-eyeing him too. Like, what is going on in that household? The way she was talking. So if she didn't want these women to talk about that or look at him a certain way, then she should have kept her business to herself. I never understood that part. I never understood that. But I did disagree with Dr. Heavenly sharing this lady's business. Hi, Miss Josephine. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, you don't need to go onto your public platform sharing things that I share with you about my husband. Okay, and so I understood that, but at the same time, I think because it probably was some type of verbal abuse or something taking place in that marriage, I think she was trying to save face and didn't want to get into trouble. So she was trying to be like, oh, no, I didn't say it. No, I wasn't. Yeah, girl, what was going on with y'all? Because there was some stuff going on. You could tell. Brandy said, Rebecca, she really does. She runs her mouth way too much. She does. And with Heavenly, and I like Dr. Heavenly. I do. But I don't agree with some of the things she says and how she acts sometimes. She's quick to go to your mama. Okay. You don't need to go there all of the time, because you don't know someone's mom has passed away. And even in this recent season, Dr. Contessa's mom passed away from breast cancer. And she said, your mama's something. And Dr. Contessa said, are you talking about my mom that passed away in 2000? I forgot what year. She said, yeah. So she had time to think about that. And she said, yeah. So then now you done went too far. Okay, you have hit below the belt. Like some people, it's okay when you're going back and forth, you're arguing, or you have this little beef and y'all going at each other. But then when we start involving deceased loved ones, children, we hitting below the belt. Like to me, that's ugly. It's not even necessary. And so after she said that during that episode, Contestants was like, hey, square up, because she was about to fight her. She was really about to fight Dr. Heavenly. Then Dr. Heavenly wants to call for security. But what? You ran your mouth too much, and this lady was about to show you. Okay, so don't sit there thinking you big and bad, always trying to run your mouth, thinking somebody won't fight you. My money would have been on Contessa. Okay, it would have been on Contessa. And to be honest, she would have had every right. You talking about my deceased mother? Oh yeah, we about to lay some hands. Then Heavenly, she up there trying to get away. Security calling security. Her breasts are popping out of her shirt. It was a mess. Oh my gosh, she always have done that. Yes, when Contessa was about to put the right. She was about to put those paws on Heavenly. Heavenly took off calling security. Oh my goodness, Dr. Heavenly thinks Daddy is the perfect man, but she found out Daddy gets around. Girl, okay, because see, Mariah, before Mariah left, she planted that seed and said she had receipts that Damon been out in these streets, Dr. Damon, and had another child. So I was like, oh my God, is that true? So now some of the other ladies, they said they had heard that too. So I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type, but do we ever really know people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put anything past anyone when we're in human flesh or things like that. Like, we liable to do something. Baby, Damon probably is scared. Okay, if that ever really gets out and it's really true, Dr. Heavenly is gonna go off. Oh my gosh. So even when she asked Simone on the reunion, did she believe that? Simone was kind of hesitant. No one really knows, and so she wants to put like everything is so perfect in her marriage and her household and all of that, but that keeps slipping out. Okay, and also something else that happened recently, her son got arrested for, I think, assault on a police officer allegedly, and so I don't even know, he's facing some jail time. And I said, wait a minute, which son? Because I know it's not the one going to dental school. I was like, what? And she didn't bring that up. Okay. So her stuff does not come out. She doesn't want anything negative out. She's so in love with her husband, throwing it all on him, all of this, leave it up to her. And she does not want that to get out. Queen Tandy said, any man would need a break from him. Okay. Girl. Yes, Dr. Heavenly always speaking on the other men when her husband be in these streets. Y'all funny. I'm telling you, that thing will take her. Ooh, she will go all upside his head. Okay. She knows, I think, also how far to go with Dr. Damon. He seems like one of those cool, calm, and collected. But I don't know if y'all remember that time when he told her not to say something or bring something up when they went out to eat. And so when they went back to the car, he was like telling her, didn't I say don't bring, he was getting with her. And she was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. You could tell she probably had taken him to a point of no return, that he was upset. So, hey, girl, I was just saying, I wanted you to come into the chat to see if you wanted to come up on the panel. We were discussing part 3 of the reunion. Have you seen part 3 yet? Okay, Dr. Heavenly be acting thornish. Girl, oh my goodness, yes, I can see that. Because, girl, yeah, we've been on here talking about part 3 of the Married to Medicine reunion. And y'all, Key One has a whole channel dedicated to doing reactions to various reality shows. So I wanted to see, she's my sis. We go to the same church and been knowing each other. Oh, you working, dog? Been knowing each other for a while. And so I wanted to get her take on some of the things that took place. Okay, I understand. Brandy, he has the outside child. Heavenly never speaks on that. Y'all, I'm waiting to see proof of that. I need some evidence. Y'all know we can't just go with he said, she said. I want to know, what evidence do they have out here? What if he does have one? Okay, why hasn't that lady spoken up? Has she been paid off? Like, who is she? Like, I want to know more information about that, to be honest. So yeah, Dr. Heavenly does not want any of that out. The new couple, Mimi and her husband, he's I think an ex NFL player. I like them as well. Now, Mimi is psychiatrist, I think, psychologist, and she brought a good take to help some of the women through some of the emotions that they were going through. They stayed out of the drama, which is good. Okay. But I like that couple. It seems like they'll be upfront and honest about things. They seem like they like to have fun and stuff like that. And actually, Dr. Heavenly is now working with her as, having her as a counselor and helping her. So I'm hoping that it works, because Dr. Heavenly has some issues that I think go back to her childhood with her mom passing. I don't think she quite grieved that. She does not get along with her sisters. So she needs to get to the root of what's actually taking place. Kiwan said the helpers had me cussing. Girl, it was too much. Girl, I was watching it this morning and I said I had to come live and talk this thing through. Okay, because this was a lot. I was trying to remain Jesus-like. Yes, open book, but they was talking about the milk that was in the cabinet. Oh, Rebecca, yes. Oh my goodness, someone did bring that up, that she had some formula in the cabinet. And people were like, well, what is the formula for? And hey, she was trying to give a reason for why that formula was in that cabinet. I wasn't buying it. Okay, so have y'all had a baby over here that was drinking that formula? Mm-hmm. Dr. Damien be like, okay, that's enough, but wait a minute. Girl, you got me tickled because that's what he did. His buddy and daddy. Okay. My husband better not call me buddy. Girl, oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. Yes, he does do that. And her word is daddy, calling her buddy. I forgot about that. Rebecca Wright. If I was that lady, I wouldn't want my child around Heavenly. She's weird. Okay. Because if it wasn't a good situation, you don't know what baby. Yes, sis, I had to. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Yes, yes, Brandy. Heavenly would be the worst stepmom. Yeah, I don't see that working out too well. Yeah, I don't. I don't see that working out too well whatsoever. Yeah. So we're gonna see y'all. Do y'all think that they're gonna bring this up in the next season about that baby? Because it's being brought up more and more. If y'all notice, I think somebody's gonna actually try to find out who this lady is and bring that up in another season, because that is crazy. Oh my goodness. And then last but not least, y'all, Dr. G tried to do this song at the end of the reunion, and he was trying to throw some shade at Quad, but he made himself look like an even bigger clown. I don't know who approved that, had a t-shirt on talking about access to the money, paying homage to his wife. Like, it just was goofy and corny. I don't know who approved that little part. But it would have been a no for me. Quad said she couldn't even clap for that because I didn't even understand it whatsoever. He should just sat down. Okay, sir, just leave it alone. Everybody on a good note. They made toast. And so hopefully things will get a little better. Rebecca said Heavenly needs to work on saying that your mama to work on saying, yeah, your mama to other people. Yes, definitely. Because she goes straight to that. Now, she doesn't have a mom. So why would you want to go there with other people? Like, leave people's mamas out of stuff. That's her quick comeback. I'm like, girl, find something else. Please find something else. Because she's quick to talk noise but can't fight. Or don't, when people come back at her, she plays victim. Now, one thing I do want to give her kudos for is her apology to Contessa. Okay. It seemed genuine to me at the end of the reunion. It did seem genuine to me, and it seems like she wants to just fix this. Like, I'm done with it. Let's try to fix this. Dr. Mimi was there trying to help her word what she was trying to say to get that out. I haven't seen her look that serious. Hopefully it will work. Contessa was open to them, trying to talk it through and work it out. We're going to see. I'm going to call Mariah and find out about Damien's baby because she has to receive. Right. Because that was the last part. Wait, let me see. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me see this little part. Because, baby, I was done. Hold up. Okay, let me share it right quick. Okay, let's see.
Do I need to bring the receipt, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
No. I wouldn't calm you down. I'm enjoying the commentary. Just be.
Oh my God. She said, do I need to bring the receipt? Oh, y'all, that thing tickled me. Baby, Heavenly, let me just freeze it on Heavenly's expression right quick. Let me freeze it there. let me freeze it on her. This took me out. I'll never forget that episode. Okay, let me freeze it. Let me bring it back. Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all couldn't see it. Hold on. Okay, let me take that down. I forgot y'all couldn't see it. Dog. I had the overlay up. Okay, let me rewind it. Oh, this took me out. Let me share my screen again. It goes so fast, y'all. Okay, here we go.
Do I need to bring the receipt, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
Look at Baby Mariah said she got the receipts. Look at Heavenly. Baby, Heavenly, I don't care what you say. She thought that there was some truth to that. Okay. She thought it was some truth. I was laughing. I said, because Mariah is the main one that said she got some receipts. Heavenly is scared to death that a receipt gonna fall out. Okay, Kiwan said Heavenly is gonna take that apology back so fast to Contessa. That was her trying to stick it with T because they don't want them there. It's all BS. They help us her fate. Oh, so you think that was a shot towards Sweet Tea? Okay, got you. Okay. Mariah was working that cat suit about those receipts. Come on now. She really was because everybody knows about Damien. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta play it one more time and we'll be done. Okay.
Do I need to bring the receipt,
No.
baby girl?
No.
Because I got
No.
receipts. Do I need to bring the receipt,
No.
baby girl?
No.
Because I got
No.
receipts. Do I?
Okay. Dr. Heavenly, okay, don't play. Hi, I'm Chosen. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, y'all, those are my thoughts on that today. I just had to talk about the stuff that I noticed today. And yeah, ooh, woo. I've been listening while driving, but I missed some of. Oh, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in today. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it. Y'all, now Real Housewives of Atlanta is starting to get a little juicy. Okay, so if y'all haven't watched that, y'all tune in and watch that with me. Because I think I think I'm all caught up except for yesterday. I haven't watched yesterday's episode yet. But Portia, yeah, because we're gonna get into some about Miss Portia and with her friend, wanting to play some of her music, and Portia was throwing shade. It be your own friend sometimes, okay? I said, Portia, now why you treating that girl like that? Now that she got a peach, okay, and doing good on the show, she's still married. You're not. I don't know. Some of that jealousy and stuff seems like it's starting to come out. So we're gonna probably get into a little bit of that. But key one, girl, you're gonna have to tell me when you're off and stuff one day so we can go into some of this, okay? Because I would love to have you up on the panel and give some of your input about some of these shows. These are the ones I'm watching right now. But yes, so I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in with me and joining. I hope everyone has a fabulous day. If you have not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank y'all so much, and shout out to my mod and sis in the chat, Shelly Shells, and also Dreamy Girl. She came in as well. Thank you, ladies, so much. And thank you all for your support on today. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.